Cool. We are live. We're going live. We're getting started. This is the Financial Life podcast. This is the Military Monday segment. And I have my guest on, Alan Davis, today to talk about, well, his whack ass time in the Army and all this other crap, but who cares? It's about me. It's about me right now. That's right. For those of you in the military, this is a Marine hosting a podcast and writing stuff down in ink, not in crayon, not eating crayons or anything else. Let's get shit out the way. You know what I mean?
I call lies. Calling bullshit. Calling
Oh,
bullshit
bullshit on
out
it.
the gate.
Yo, I
Out the
got the
gate.
receipts. Look, I got a pen and everything. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
You're,
More.
you're only showing the pen. I know there's colored pencils and crayons on your lap right now.
I got
You're trying
markers
to hide.
downstairs, but it
Exactly.
ain't like that. It ain't like that.
You
So,
got the smelling ones.
banana ones, because they banana. So
But
anyway.
the orange ones, the fruit, not the color.
People have no idea what we're talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it today, this is the Fun Slate podcast, Military Monday. And for those of you who know, some of you may not know, hey, I do some things like life coaching, financial literacy, some credit. If you'd like some help with that, reach out to me. Go to the link, speakwithmatt.info. Again, speakwithmatt.info. I'll take you directly to my calendar. No need to put in the www. And then this episode is also sponsored by Born to Risk, which I'm a co-author of the book. I got a copy. Can't really see it on here, but okay, doing the best I can. Like a copy of that, please reach out to let me know. With that being said, I have my guest on, Alan Davis, who served, I think I can say this with some honesty. Sometime he did time in the Army longer than he would have liked. Am I correct on that, Alan?
50-50. I have my days where I'm like, I should have stayed in. Then I have days where I'm like, why the fuck did I join in general? So
Yeah.
I want to say I did a happy medium, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll say I did a happy medium.
Right. I like that. That's good. Yeah, you did a happy meeting where it's like, yeah, all right. It cancels each other out. You can't be too
Yeah.
one. You're like,
Like I
all
could
right.
have stayed in longer. I feel like I should have, but then I'm also, why did I ever join? But so yeah, I'll call it a happy medium.
Speaking of that, how long were you in for?
About 3.5 years, almost 4.
Gotcha. What got you to join in the first place?
Lack of options. Um, so my mom always told me, like join the military or go to college. She told me obviously later you could have just got a job out of high school, and I was like,
Oh
oh, okay.
wow.
Yeah, tells me after. But as good as I was in school, I can't do it. I get bored. I don't annoy it. I get really annoyed, type of thing. So in high school, like my senior year, I was set to go to college. I had like the classes and everything I needed, had the plan and everything,
Mm.
and I just got into. I was like, I'm not doing this. I hate high school. I hate school. I'm not doing another 4 years of this and the bullshit. No.
You
And
want
like
to go to
around
college
that
and
time,
party? You want to
huh?
party in college,
Oh,
man?
I would have been Van Wilder, dude. I would have just partied, somehow been in college for 8 years.
Right.
My mom was like, what degree do you have? I'm a doctor, I think, technically.
At that point, yeah. Just
I
stay
think
there for
technically,
perpetuity.
I think I start my residency, they said next week. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I graduated.
Right.
So yeah, around that time the recruiters came in and presented and I was like, fuck it. Let's go see what this is about. I wanted actually to join the Air Force, which if you're thinking about doing, do that. Um,
But then you get me fun of worse
Yeah,
than me.
you make fun of you
Everyone's
may
gonna
get
shit on
made
you.
fun of for being a lazy asshole, but you will be hooked up for the rest of your life.
You want to deploy?
Um,
You'll get put in a hotel. Ah, and
right,
everyone else gets
dude.
dead.
The Air Force people on our base got like another $500 a month for below standard living or some shit like that on their, yeah, because they lived on our airfield. They got like another $500 a month for not our shit not being adequate for them. That's what I was told by a couple. I don't know if that was accurate. That's what I've heard.
Wow,
That's what I was told.
that's what you heard. You were probably like, I should have joined them. This is retarded.
Dude, when I started seeing some of the fucking Air Force people, like the women, I was like, bro, I joined the wrong fucking branch.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah,
This
I
is
saw
recorded now.
people
I
like
remember I've seen the chick.
lieutenants and
I've
shit.
seen the women, yeah, and I was like, wow, they what? Okay, wow, okay, all right.
Dude, we went to when I was deployed, we went to Kandahar, the main base, to like do some to grab some stuff, and we were in line, and a couple of them were there, and it was like, bro, I know you're not supposed to fraternize, but I'm about to risk it all right now.
Risk
fucking
it
take
all.
the rank, take it all. Like I just fuck it. Um, but yeah, so they were actually. I wanted to be a pilot. You know, I watched Top Gun way too much. I was like, fuck yeah,
Oh, dude, me too. I've been watching movies since I was 3 years old. You're like, yeah,
hell yeah, dude.
that movie will make you go, I want to join the military. You have no
You're
idea what.
goddamn right. I did.
Yeah.
I was. I'm gonna be a pilot. I'm a fucking gear. I'm gonna be blasting danger zone, flying through the air. I was gonna fly in a fucking. And they know
You
me, dude. They would have been like, your ass is going on the fucking cargo plane. I was like,
see, I had the opposite. I wanted to be the guys like on the ship, like directing the planes and stuff. For some reason, when I was young, I thought that was cool. And then years later, I forget what I was watching, what channel. It was a documentary on like people on the Navy ship and like them having planes come in, them and the guys doing the work. You're working like harder than a slave. Planes are coming in all
yeah,
24/7, 2 a.m., 4. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't do that because that sucks. It's just
yo, you know what?
weird
Yeah,
all the time. And you got to pull
yeah.
this. And I was like, yo, that's work. I want to do that. Thanks, Top Gun. You lied
I
to
didn't
me.
want to be out there with the lights. I just
Yeah,
want to be out there with
exactly.
the lights.
And then it's good and do some stuff and like, you
Hey,
know.
fucking looking like Terry Crews and White Chicks.
Exactly. But yeah,
But yeah,
that's the military for you. They sell it to you real hard in movies, then you
oh
get it,
yeah,
and then
dude.
you
The
then you get
fucking
there.
movie's like, this is cool, and you're like, fuck yeah. Then you get in, and you're like, this is bullshit.
You signed the
Oh god,
contract. But anyway,
yeah. I'm like, man, fuck you and your contract. How much longer I got though? All right.
no, if you disrespect us, we will come at you, and you'll be
Oh yeah,
scarred the rest
yeah,
of your life on anything when it's like, oh, okay, never mind then. I'll suck
yeah.
it up.
Dude, but yeah, like I said, I wanted to do that, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, you got to be an officer, go to college," and I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna just
no."
be
So
enlisted
then
for
I
work.
started talking to the army people, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And because I wasn't 18, I had to get my mom's approval, so she wasn't too happy about that. Um, but she eventually was like, "Okay, you're a big boy. Here you go." Did it, and so I do the ASVAB and everything, and so I got like an 83 or some shit like that, something really high. And of course, when you do that, like the whole world of the military opens up to you, right? Pretty much, right?
You want Central Intelligence? You want everything? Like we'll give
Yes,
it to you.
dude. I'm sitting there, and my recruiter's like, computer this, rockets this, missile this, military intel, counterintelligence, this and that, and I'm like, no, 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 no.
The secrets of
Like
the
we're what?
universe. No.
Yeah, we're watching like little videos, fucking work at Area 51, right?
Yo, I would have taken that. I'm like,
Oh,
really?
dude, if they had said anything about Area 51, I would have hopped on that shit so quick. I would have been the janitor. I've been the army janitor, just been like,
Right. But then years later, I would have had you on as a whistleblower, and then suddenly the podcast doesn't work and something happens to you.
none of
Come
this
after me, stuff goes crazy, and I'm like, all right, this is interesting. And then I never hear from her again. And then
right?
your last words would be, I never attempted to kill myself. And then
Yeah,
you say,
I
hey,
never, I,
I
I
never
wrote that
killed
letter when I
myself.
was 12.
Right. And then he says some crap like he attempted suicide. It's like he never did. He said
Yeah,
he
I never, I would never. Okay. But yeah, so we went through everything, and then I was like, "What's infantry?" I mean, I kind of knew what it was.
would.
And
No,
she looked at me and she goes, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, which one's that one?" She fucking hits play and blowing shit up, kicking him, and I was like, "That one." And she goes, "What?" And I was like, "That's the one I want right there." Yeah. She goes, "But you can blah blah blah," and I was like, "No, we're
no.
doing that."
I
And
want to
she
play
goes,
in the sandbox, literally.
"Yeah." I was like, "I want to shoot shit and blow shit up, dude. I ain't with this paperwork bullshit. I'm here to fucking just blow shit up." Uh, so
Wow.
yeah, that's what I ended up picking. That was my, you know, so
And then years later, now you're in a business doing marketing.
funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, it's funny how it works. The military you'll get in, and then after that, you're like, you know what? I need something that completely left field again. Let me go to entrepreneurship. It makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. And you're like, why did I do this? But whatever, here I am. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, when I got out, I was under the fucking deepest of Delulu delusions and everything. I was like, I'm gonna go to school. College ain't gonna be that bad. I didn't finish. It was fucking horrible. Don't do it. But I went and I was like, I'm gonna get my degree. I'm gonna be a fucking cop because that's all we can do is for military, if we're combat people. No desire to ever do it. I had my jobs, working for other people. The whole time I'm like, you're fucking dumb. Like, why are you doing this? Now the person I say you're dumb is myself when I'm doing stuff for my company. So
There you go.
um, it's come full circle there. But yeah, I finally just got to a point where I was like, I got to work for myself. I can't do this with other people. So a previous job I had, which was an independent salesperson, I had a team of guys helping with marketing and ads, and they were doing a good job, and I got to know them pretty well. So we just teamed up, and now Faction Media is our marketing company.
Faction Media. And then do you all just help out just is because I remember speaking, is it just only veteran business owners that you have to get marketed to or you work with any well
We will work any company. Right now, we are probably bigger in the blue collar service industries. We are slowly branching into the more white collar financial insurance, real estate markets, chipping into the fitness industry as well. Obviously, growing. The, the reason why we kind of broadcast more of veteran business owners is because, like anything veteran related, they're underserved.
yeah.
A lot of us go into entrepreneurship and just think it's a great idea and don't know what the fuck we're doing. And so if I can give you any form of help, and the cool thing is we give you a massive discount. So and it's easier in my opinion to do that, like to help veterans, because most veterans want to work with other veterans because we understand each other. Right.
Right.
If I'm, Mr. Joe Blow going to a veteran business owner, he's going to be reserved and not know because he's like, who the fuck is this guy? But as soon as I lead off with, hey, dude, I'm one, I know how this is, bullshit, 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 it's more comfortable, it's easier.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason why. And just like I said, as a vet myself, it's easier to market to that kind of demographic. But no, we help anyone and everyone. Um, Being a vet is just a plus.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
AI, which seems like it came out yesterday, like it just I feel like it came out just out of nowhere. Like it's kind of always been here, I think, and then all of a sudden it just whoosh, we're like, whoa. So
Yeah.
how do you think that that's affected like changed the landscape of marketing and how has that changed things for you guys? And do you think that it may get to a point where I hate asking this question, it's just so doom and gloom. Do you think AI is gonna replace you? You know what I mean? Like with what you do?
The first part is it's changed marketing because it's made things a little bit easier,
Yeah.
right? It could it even to get to the end of it, it could replace us because it's so much easier to go into a chat GPT AI or something like that and type in, what are the mysteries of the universe, or how do I market a fucking toothbrush type of thing. And but where I think you need humans is the way to evaluate human reaction. An AI ain't gonna tell you that, right? Like I
Correct.
can do whatever for my company, which people probably see the ads I put and the stuff I do, and they're like, "Why would you do that?" Because this is who we are, how we, you know. Matt Dillingham may love it, but John Smith may hate it. Well, all right, well,
Right.
fuck you, John Smith. That's okay. I can see that, and an AI is not going to see that. They're just going to give you kind of like a generic blank statement, which is
Right.
good to go off of. I wouldn't live and die off that. But AI, I think it's just become more popular once it was a lot able to be able to do better, more things.
Yeah.
My only issue with AI is I watched the Terminator way too fucking much, so that's
Ha!
probably what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
telling people for years. Everyone's like the zombie apocalypse, and I'm like, dude, Terminator is way more plausible than that shit. And they're like, what? I'm like, trust me, we're
Yeah.
gonna get the Terminator more likely than fucking the zombie apocalypse. But so that's my only issue with AI. But at that point, I'm just gonna be like, fuck it.
Yeah. No, I see that. That's a whole different conspiratorial
Yeah,
podcast discussion.
that's a different can of worms. We won't go
That's
into
different.
that.
I'm gonna stick to marketing for right now. You're
Yeah,
like,
we're marketing.
ooh, yeah. Okay, cool. Now, let me ask you this. So
Uh,
for the businesses that have like small businesses that have limiting like budget, what can you do to maximize their marketing efforts in your opinion? Your expertise, what you see, what mistakes people.
so if you're starting, a, don't appeal to everyone. I would say that's probably your biggest downfall. Like I said earlier, we want to work with anyone. We will help any. I don't want to say any business because if you're a douchebag, I don't want to work.
Yeah.
But we are open, right? Like you don't have to be a veteran. You don't have to only do construction, financial. No job is too risky or too big or small for us. We want to show that we can do everything. If we fail, then we learn. But that's us, right? If you're a blob, an XYZ company, and you like if you have a connection, let's say with construction workers or construction companies, then baby that, like grow that. And then as you kind of build, then move over and show, hey, look, we can do this or we can help this. Or maybe you just make really good money with construction people. That's not a problem. Don't think that if you start a company, and this varies based on what your company is, so understand that, but understand your market and really feed into that, right? Like
Right.
you don't want to have, be crayons and market to the Navy. They don't like you, market to the Marines, right? So that's what you want to do.
Exactly.
Kids and Marines will love it. Everyone else. Um, but that's what I mean. Understand your market, know who you're going after, and really hone in on that. And then slowly, once you look at the data, when you know how to read it, um, and then really build your own brand, like build you, like if I'm a restaurant and I want to be known for having the best chili in town, market the fuck out of your chili, right? Like own that chili. Like, hey, this is so and so's restaurant, home of the firebomb chili or whatever. Like promote that shit. Make people know when I think chili, I think Matt's restaurant, whatever. Like I want
Firebomb.
people to
That sounds
know.
like good chili, actually. Someone needs to make up firebomb chili right now. That sounds amazing.
I know. Now I just fuck. Look, I'm giving you all free game right now.
Free game, firebomb chili. Somebody marketing
Firebomb chili, right?
podcast.
Just send me some. I don't care if it's spicy. I'm Mexican, man. I love hot. But
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. Like I think people that go into business, they're just like, oh, I want to fucking help the world. I want to do all this, and then just everything hits you at once.
Yeah.
Who do I market? How? Know your market, know your product, and it'll grow.
Things I wish people would have told me in, I don't know, school, college, the Marine Corps,
Right?
before
Don't
business.
forget to pay your taxes.
Yeah,
Don't,
exactly.
don't forget this. Right? Don't forget about these things. You're like, I
Oh,
need to file a what? Oh shit. We didn't file what?
exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
So when it comes to marketing, what are some like metrics or what are the important metrics of the business? I can't talk today. What are the metrics that businesses should focus on, like when they're marketing, particularly if their budget's not really, huge? Like, what are the important things, if anything else?
It really depends on what you're running.
Okay.
Like for us, example, like when we run our ads, we usually do 2 to 3 separate ads with different demographics, different tools, bells and whistles, whatever. And then we just look at the metrics of it. Now, if you don't know how to understand the metrics, it's pretty easy. I'm more than happy to hop on a call with anyone to show them how to do it. And by me do it, it means my nerd staff that handles it. I'll just sit there and smile at you and do this. Um, but usually what you do is you pull up the metrics and you can really just kind of go through and it looks like how many people are clicking. Then you can kind of break down if you're paying X amount on the ad, how much you're paying per click, and it shows you which demographic it resonates with more. So then you kind of tune it more to feed into them. So that's one way with ads. And after that, I mean, like I said, it really depends on your business and what it is you're trying to market and understanding the demographic that you want to go after. uh, yeah, I could probably go on a tangent, but it's not really cookie cutter, I
Mhm.
feel. Because are you running ads? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Blah blah blah.
Right.
So it really comes down to your business, I guess. Like
Okay.
for us, it really comes like for us, for example, it's we're putting out content because we're marketing. We want to show that we put out content. So if we do a client, we're putting out their content, we're sending out emails. So we're looking at the metrics of the emails. Hey, we sent email one, which is an introduction to 1,000 people. What percent clicked on it, what percent deleted it. Okay, so what was all right? Well, how do we? What's the next sequence? Like, so that's one of the things like we look at. We produce a video. We look at the like I like to look at how many people watched it, the total time, the average amount of time they watched it. So if I put out a 45-second video, but people are only watching 20, my next ones I try to keep in the 20 to 30-second range because that way it's quicker. Um, Things like that. Those are some things you could look at depending on what you're doing from a content standpoint or from a email campaign standpoint, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, that's the next question. So for marketing for a business, would you agree that it has to be each business different, that you can't just have like a blanket approach, or like you can have packages, but would you agree that like if you come to us for our business, right, what we need, even if a competitor of mine is in the same industry, our needs are different than what their needs. Each one should be, customized to that client for what they're, especially based on what their goals are.
Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Like you can have your cookie cutter based on like, okay, this is how we handle a realtor as compared to this is how we handle a gym, right? Like
Right.
you kind of have that kind of guideline or kind of thing. Well, then, if I'm doing two realtors, right? This realtor may just need more listings. So how do I
Yeah.
find her listings? How do I make it to where people want her listing? This realtor might be trying to build her brokerage, so she wants to attract new realtors. So now I have to build her and her brand and you know to other realtors to come work for her. I mean, I think
Right.
at that point she's a mortgage broker, whatever. I don't understand. I don't know. I just work with them. But you know what I mean. So like, there's gonna be different needs and ways to do it, and then like sometimes you go to a client and they're like, oh well, I already have all this. It's just not working. So then all we're really doing is fixing what they've already tried to do themselves, or they've had someone else do and it didn't work. Whereas person B may be a complete blank slate. They need a whole website. They need this. They need us how to build it. Or so in a way, yes, it can be cookie cuttered slash one size fits all.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also very customizable, which is something we tell people. Our packages are customized. Our plans are customized. Yeah, I mean, like anything, you're gonna go off something you've previously done. But at the same time, I've got to tailor it because, like you said, you may need something. But if I had, a similar company or a competitor in your market, their needs may have been totally different. Like you may be just trying to get clients that make 500,000 a year. These guys are going after the 7-figure guys. Like, so
Yeah.
now
Two
I
different.
have to, right? That's two different demographics.
Yeah.
I've got to do things differently to speak to them differently. So
Right.
in
Okay.
the end, it's like a yes and no, but it's really just understanding the client and their needs.
Okay. Here's a good question. What are the mistakes you see your competitors make? Like if you come to a client and they say, "Yeah, I got some marketing for me," like, and you're like, "Okay, let me check see what they've done." Like, what are some things people should look out for? Like, if they're going to hire someone for marketing, that they should run from, and the mistakes you've seen your competitor makes, where you're like, "How did he sell you on this? This is like screwing you up." No wonder. Like, how did he like? Because I've seen on my industry, where I've seen people pay so much money. And I'm like, what did they sell you on? Because they didn't do anything, or what are they doing? Like, it's like, what are some things people should look out for?
Um, so I would say overselling, underdelivering is probably the biggest thing in the marketing world. And
Mm,
what I mean by that is me coming to you as a client saying, "Hey man, you pay me 10 grand a month, at the very minimum, a 10x your revenue every month. So that means you're paying me 10 grand a month. And if you're only making, say, 5 grand a month, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I'm going to make sure you make 50 grand every month after we start doing business. And you're like, oh heck yeah, man! Like, how are we gonna do it? Don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything. We're gonna do this, this, and that. Bells and whistles.
Right.
Basically bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
Yeah, I like it. Bullshit, bullshit,
Right?
bullshit, bullshit.
And don't get me wrong. There are people out there that can do that. But not everyone does. They're just gonna sell you on that dream, essentially. And if you're none the wiser, you're gonna fall for it. We've all
Mm.
done it. It's okay. Hey, I fell for the single ladies want to meet me in my area too. We've all done it. Still do it anyway. So and then you're gonna be with them for 6 months or whatever, and you're gonna be bleeding money and really making anything. You might get a lead here, a lead there. So what I tell people is if you're gonna commit to something like that, you need them to commit to you. So that means bi-weekly calls, monthly calls. Um, Make sure they're going over the analytics with you, the data, explaining it to you. Don't don't go in. I mean, yes, obviously, whatever you're going to someone in their field, you're expecting to be an expert.
Yeah.
Don't assume everything they say is right. I'm not saying go into them like they're a bunch of fucking sleazy assholes. Like they probably, but go in with questions. I'm sorry, and understand what's going on. Like if I say, hey, we're gonna run this ad and this is why, and you just take it as that, and then you're like, hey, dude, I'm not getting anything from this, and they're just like, oh, it's fine. It's not fine. There's an issue with it.
Right.
Get them to explain to you why the issue. Like find out what the issue is. Could it be you're not spending enough? Could it be it's not aimed at the right demographic? Um, if you have a website that they are supposedly building for you, find out why it's not generating you leads, why it's not being optimized, why the SEO on it's wrong. Like what's going on? What do I have to do? Like what are you guys not doing? So due diligence is probably your biggest thing. Right? If a company's coming to you, don't just take their word. Obviously, yeah, get a quote, meet with them, but find other clients that have used them. Reach out. That's what I tell people. Um, if they come to us, I mean, obviously we meet with them, and I tell them they don't have to commit today, commit tomorrow, whatever. Here's a list of people that we've worked with or that we've helped. Granted, we are a young company, but as a collective, we've worked for years with other people. So you're more than welcome to reach out to any previous people we've helped, um, and make the decision on your own. I like to think I'm charming enough that they don't have to, because I, of course, hold us to a high standard. If we mess up, I take that as a personal failure. So,
Right.
um, but I mean, in the end, trust your gut. I mean, if you meet a marketer and it sounds like they're bullshitting you, they probably are. Don't be afraid to shop around. Look at their reviews on Google, Facebook, whatever you want to measure it by. I mean, it's in the end, it's like anything. I can tell you, hey, this is the greatest movie ever, and then you go read a review and you're like, this movie sucks. Like, so
Right.
we're no different, right? Like, we're no different. But I would say in marketing, just summarize it all. Over promising and under delivering is probably the biggest issue in marketing. And that's something we strive to not do. Sometimes shit happens. I'm not going to lie to you. Um, but usually we're always able to catch it and correct it. So
Well, that's good. Yeah.
yeah.
So you wanna tell people you wanna look for people that under promise and over deliver. Yeah, we'll be conservative, and they like over deliver. Like, oh, this is much
I
better.
mean, I just for an example, like what we usually tell people is, hey, look, we're gonna start you off at this price point. Does that work for you? Yeah, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna build it. My goal is, if you're making that face at 2 grand a month, that's cool. That's what I want because now we're gonna build it. So I want to get you to the point where when I tell you, hey man, I gotta start charging you 10 grand because we gotta do all this. You wanna know what you're gonna say? Cool. Want to know why? Because I'm making 5 times that every month. I'm making 7 times that every month. Like
Right.
me paying you guys this isn't gonna hurt me, type of thing. So we're all for helping you grow as we grow, but it's also, you know, if you're going to get into marketing, more than likely they're going to have you run ads. Make sure you can cover that spend because that's always separate, at least for us.
Yeah.
So even if I'm charging you $1,000 a month to do your ad spend is probably going to be 3x, 2 times that, something like that, just so that people see your ads and are noticing it. So I would just in your mind have like a decent budget in mind if you're going to go into ad marketing, unless you're going to do it yourself. So,
Like that. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So people like this buzzword. What are some marketing? Actually, let me before I get into that. Content marketing. Is content marketing still a big deal? Are people tired of it? How does someone use it effectively? Because I know the saying is content is king, and I
Yeah.
see it, but does that depend on the platform? Like LinkedIn is a different platform than Facebook. Facebook's more like you can make it work, but you post a picture of your life, something funny or cat video, it goes crazy. Whereas depending on the platform, you can, put some content on there and it'll perform a lot better. So
This is where you can go either way on this.
oh, here we
This
go.
is what I tell people. No, and what I tell people is this is how I view utilizing LinkedIn. This is how I view using Facebook, Instagram, whatever. If you're going to market your company, your business on Facebook, Instagram, mix in your life. Let people see who you are. Be authentic, right? Because this is why this goes back to me, why I don't shy about how I act or the stuff I say, because I do it on my company as well. Why? Because that's just who we are. We're politically incorrect. We talk shit, but we get our job done. We will help your business as best we can, but as I like to say, I think I said in one of our videos, we're caffeine addicted and possibly not mentally collected. It is what it is.
I like it.
But we will get the job done. I personally want people to know that because I don't want them to see me in a suit and tie and think, oh, this squared away business guy. And then we're on a call and I make a joke and they're just like, what? Or we go for a customer lunch and I say something outlandish because I'm known to do that. And same thing. They're like, oh, wait, that's what my marketer says. I can't work with you. And I'm like, my bad, bro. Sorry, Tom.
I'm not for you. I'm not your cup of tea.
Yeah. And you've got to be willing as a business owner to take that hit. Like you just it is what it is. People are gonna want to work with you because of who you are and who you aren't. So don't be afraid on those platforms to be authentically you. Even on LinkedIn, I don't utilize LinkedIn enough personally as I should. That's just my own fault. But I think the way you share and post things on LinkedIn is a little bit more different than how you do Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
But I always say, regardless, show yourself. Don't be afraid to talk about your business. Talk about what the goal of your business is, but then show people your family as well, like your life. Let them know who you are. Right? You want people to associate not only you with your business, but they want to be able to know that you're a good person. Right?
Right.
And it goes back to that being authentic, and you don't want people to think, oh yeah, he's all about his business. He doesn't care about his wife and kids. And the whole time, you love your wife or your husband and kids, whatever. So let people see the world, see you. Don't be afraid to talk about your business, but at the same time, let them see you, I guess. And yeah, content is king because you want your name out there. You want to show that you're relevant, your business is relevant, the product is relevant. But I stress more of let them see you because ultimately you're the person they're buying, not your product.
I like that. Good answer. Good answer. Now, what are some marketing hacks? Come on, Alan, tell us. What are the marketing hacks? I want to know
Marketing hacks.
all the hacks: Facebook,
Marketing hacks.
IG, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then Rumble, and then there's so many other ones. It's retarded, and I'm like,
Dude, there's
I'm sticking with the main 3 or 4, whatever there are.
there's there
Tumblr.
is no grinder. Uh,
Tumblr's still around. That was the place you can market on, and now I'm like, I don't hear.
right? Oh, dude, there's so many ways to market, so many ways. And that's why I tell people if you're having a marketing issue, you aren't understanding the world these days. There's so many. There's Nextdoor, there's Facebook, there's Google,
Oh
there's
yeah, next door, but next door is like hyper focused on your local area, which is why I like it. It's like,
so if you are a blue collar handyman, plumber, or something like that, electrician, I strongly recommend utilizing Nextdoor
mhm,
because it's a very good referral, word of mouth one.
yeah,
I would utilize that very highly in those kind of demographic or people.
area,
Anyway, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, my brain's fried. Um,
Like,
sometimes I'm like, I should have been a Marine. I'm in trouble.
do you need to buy a Val?
Yeah.
Glue.
Um, so in terms of hacks, man, I mean, it really just boils down to there is no one way. There's just the smart way. And the smart way is know your fucking audience and know who it is you're marketing to, right? If I'm an electrician, I probably want companies, not just home ones. I don't know the pricing on everything, so I'm gonna make my stuff ideal for companies, right? Like, hey, dude, you give me 3 locations, handle all this, whatever, and share yourself, uh, utilize videos, webinars. Content is king, but make it the right content. I mean, I like to share memes and jokes because I'm just a funny person.
Right.
Um, but if you're in the plumbing industry, share plumbing memes or videos of, hey, when I got here, this fucking toilet didn't work. Now look, I flush the toilet and the shower turns on. It's great. I don't know, whatever the fuck a plumber does.
Right.
Right? Like, but make it engaging, make it important, relevant. So don't be afraid to utilize social media, but also don't be afraid to utilize the outside world. Use normal flyers, use normal meet and greets, networking. Um, to make it possibly the most simplest way is be referable. I think too many companies, too many people want to be known as, the XYZ person. Like, I no, just be Matt the financial guy. Like, if I know Matt can just do financials, then whenever someone brings up a financial question, hey, yeah, Matt can do it.
Right.
But if Matt does 20 fucking things, I don't know what to refer Matt. They're gonna be like, oh, I need a doctor. And I'm like, is Matt a doctor? I don't think Matt's a fucking doctor. You
No.
know what I mean? But if I know you wear 80 hats, I'm gonna be like, is Matt a fucking doctor? You just remember? No? Okay.
No.
All right, but if you're just, I hope not. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
No, that's
I'm
not my
I'm,
thing.
leave, I'm leaving that hospital real quick.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
like, oh, I get to happen on Allen. Oh, this up real bad.
gonna wake up like that was the wrong leg, dick. Ah, shit,
Don't
going back
care.
under. Take
Oops,
the
I'm
other one.
gone. There we go.
Uh, but yeah, that's the thing. Just be referable. Be known in your niche, in your one thing, so people know what to refer you for. Um, that's probably your biggest hack. Is make sure you're not wearing 80 hats. You're not known as the guy who does this, that, and the other. Just be known as John Smith, the realtor. Whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and that'll probably save you so much effort.
Very simple and straight to the point. It's just principle based. It's nothing like
Yeah,
fancy. Because I swear, man, you can go on YouTube, as an example, forget Google, and type in marketing, and you probably can get like a shit ton of videos about there's this hack and this and this and this. And it's like, what do you focus on? You're like you said, focus on just know who you're speaking to, make the content around them, and just be focused on one thing, and that's it.
yeah.
It's more interesting than that, but like just that's the
Don't
foundation.
don't get me wrong, dude. There's fucking find out what's trending, find out what's this, find out that, find out this, there's so many little nuance, like little fucking things that you could know that'll help, that'll make you go viral, that'll make, yes, we could all benefit, we could all use it. But if you really just want to keep it short, simple, to the point, like you said, be referable. Like, keep your shit simple, know your audience, and just post and keep your content organized to them, and the right motherfuckers will come to you, right? And make sure your network is solid, right? So if I know, again, I can refer this person because he knows that, and at some point he will refer me because I do this. Like, keep the shit simple, keep it basic, and you'll be all right.
Basically, you just said eat your vegetables and you'll be a healthy man.
I would never tell a human being that eat steak.
That's it. That's it. It's
Yeah,
simple.
steak, whiskey, and cocaine, and you'll be a healthy human being.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be a good one. Influencers. I
Oh fuck
swear to
yeah.
God, that term, it started out good. Now I'm like, now I hear it and I think
Dude,
of
every
like,
time I hear it, I just want to punch a baby.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Where do you think that'll be in the future? Do you think that's something that's here to stay, or is it just something that's temporarily now and it's just, you know, should anyone even be concerned with it? They're trying to market their business. Like, is that something that they should get into, or is it like it's a fad for right now and it's just not gonna be around because it's got like a bad rep to it. A lot of them lie.
Gonna go to the same thing as anything, due diligence. So if you own, and I recommended this to a buddy of mine, his wife owns a clothing store. They're trying to build buzz and everything. And I told him, utilize your local influencers. Why?
Mm,
Because these little fucking chicks, guys, whatever, will go on TikTok, YouTube, make shorts of them fucking. I tried the new mocha lotta slushy from Starbucks, and it
right.
has like 20 million views, and they're all happy. Utilize these people. Now you're probably gonna have to sweet talk them. I'm not gonna lie to you. You probably have to give them some sort of benefits, whatever. In the end, that comes down to you and your company and what you can afford and what you can do. Um, they're not. I wouldn't say shy away, but again, due diligence. Make sure they're not pieces of shit. Um,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't shy from utilizing them if it fits your company's needs. So if you are a restaurant, a boutique, something of that nature that these people regularly post about, then by all means reach out and try to use them.
Yep.
I wouldn't go all in unless the ROI is worth it. Again, this is completely on you. Um, but it is a resource that I would look into doing if it is beneficial. Um, but like I said, I wouldn't go all in on it unless it was just banging because you never know how long that little teeny bopper, whatever, is going to be an influencer until they get canceled because they say the wrong word somewhere.
By accident.
How it's like
Or say something
so.
truthful. Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah,
didn't think
or
about that.
they,
That's a good point.
and these people, they don't shy about the shit that they say. Like they'll come out and, oh, I'm voting for so and so because this, and maybe that's not who you want to party. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like there's all kinds of different ways for that to end go. So maybe just make a, hey, I just need you to come in, try on a couple clothes, 3, 4, 5 videos, get us kind of noticed. We'll give you the shit for free and hope the ROI is worth it. If that's a deal you can strike and that they're cool with, go for it. Hey, I need you to come in and eat and post that you were here a couple times. Every meal you'll have is free, blah, blah, blah. Go for it. That's probably my biggest, that's what I would say to utilize them for. Um, and just go with that. I would try to keep it. But I mean, if it's a mutually beneficial and it just keeps working, then just write it out. I mean, in the end, like I said, it comes down to them, their business, and good luck with that one.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point. Like you're trying to work with them and then they say something like they get canceled for or something controversial and then like then they top the year and then you just go downhill. Like I didn't consider that to be a
I mean,
factor.
if you really think, I mean, they're good, but they're on such a slippery slope that they make one bad comment or something. Like I always tell people, I post stuff for fun. I'm trying not to be an influencer or a content creator because you guys are gonna look up a joke I made back in 2010, and the
Oh
feds
God.
are gonna be at my door. Yeah, exactly. I'm like this. Well, all right. The only difference is, unlike those little bastards, is I'm not gonna sit here and cry and be like, I'm like, yeah, I fucking said it. Fuck you guys. Um,
And then you get more popular and then your business make more money, gets you
right?
more
I'm gonna get
people.
more popular, or I'm
I
definitely
know
not gonna
this
get it.
guy.
One of the two is gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that's what I tell. I mean, that's me. I mean, good for them for, I guess, being popular on social media. I mean, eventually you're gonna have to do something with your life, but while they're around, utilize them.
Right. I like it. I like it. Cool. Yo, Alan, this has been a good episode with you today, man. How can they reach you if they're like, I like this guy, he cusses, he's real, he's honest, and he's telling the truth on marketing. There's no hype. You're like, this is what it is. How can
Yeah.
they get in touch with you guys?
If you are as mentally unhinged as I am and you actually like me and you would like to take a meeting with me and the team and see how we can best help you. And like I said earlier, you don't have to be a veteran. Um, we help anyone and everyone. You can find me on Instagram at Alan Davis Official. or on Facebook, my name, Alan Davis. Reaching me directly is a little bit easier than going through our company stuff, which is Faction Media IO and everything. We will reach with you on that. It's just easier to get to me directly because sometimes I ignore the messages because a lot of times they're bots and spam on the actual company stuff. But yeah, Facebook, Instagram, I'm on there. Just reach me directly. I think, yeah, Facebook or Instagram. I was gonna give out my number, but then I don't want no crazy people calling me.
It's your prerogative, bro. I'd be like, he gave the phone. I didn't ask for it. He just said it.
That's why I stopped. I was gonna say it, then I was
You're
like, nah,
better not. Just yeah.
yeah, we'll just keep it where we are.
We're the cool people. It's like
Yeah.
cool.
Bad
All
enough
right,
my
man.
mom has that number.
Yeah. I feel like, how did you do that? I have no idea.
Right?
Cool. All right, man. It's good having you on, man. We'll have to have you on for part 2 because it's life. Just life.
I'm always down for part twos. I'm like a trilogy person. I'm a saga person, man. I'm always
I
here.
like it. Next time we'll have to have you on. We'll both have like some beers or something. Go. This is gonna be the drunken.
Dude, I was debating pouring the last, but I was like, it's like 2 o'clock. That might look weird.
Well, the next one we can do it like 7:30, whatever.
I don't care,
Saturday.
man. As long as I'm still here, we're probably about to get washed away by a hurricane this
Oh
week.
yeah, that again was a whole different podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
anyway.
next part 2 will be me fucking rowing down the fucking river right now. You'd be like, oh, what river you want? I'm like, this is actually my street. I'm rowing home right now.
I'm like, oh geez.
I'm rowing to the house, bro. I had to go to the store.
That'll be fun. Cool, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for being on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.